Hello, this is Alex Voss from TV eCourse, and I'm back to do another product report. Today we're going to do a video switcher. And I do a lot of video work, and I get to work with a lot of different and various kinds of video switchers. And so I wanted to share with you from the perspective of someone who's actually had to use the switcher. You know, lots of times we get product reports, and it's someone that looks at something new out of a box but never has used it. And so they really can't give you the inside information on actually how this will work. And lots of times the manufacturers give people that make product reports the product, and so they're a lot less likely to say anything bad about a product. What I'm going to do is, there's something bad, I'm going to say it right off at the beginning about a product. If there's something good, I'm going to say that too, because I want you to know what my experience has been with these products. The one I'm going to talk about today is the Roland AV-VR50 HD. And you know, I like this switcher. I couldn't find a lot of bad things with it, actually. The only thing that was annoying was the preview output did not have full motion video on some of the feeds, on the high def feeds. Instead of seeing motion video in your little preview monitor screens, you'd see these little choppy image sequences, which I found really irritating. It's the kind of thing that, you know, gives you a headache if you watch it too long. There was no composite output in the AV-VR50, which I guess is understandable since this is a HD switcher. And the one thing that I found irritating about it, and lots of the new switchers, this one also has the HDCP copyright protection, and you know, that is a thing where the people that are concerned about copyright violation got a law passed that said video switchers have to analyze all the video coming in and go to black when we have what looks like a copyright violation. Unfortunately, that doesn't work all the time. You can be using this switcher, you can have your cameras pointed at a scene, and all of a sudden you'll see it go to black. And that's because your video camera, Sony or whatever, somehow or another, this made the switcher think you were running a DVD through it or something, and it turned your video to black. And I've been able to go in and check the settings and reset the HDCP and fix it. But, you know, if you're in a live shoot and all of a sudden your video goes black on a particular camera, that can be very devastating. I mean, I've been told about this videographer who had a wedding, and he was shooting this wedding, and all of a sudden on the primary camera, when the bride and groom were about to say the I do's, the HDCP decided this was copyright protected content and took the scene to black, and he got sued. And so, you know, that's a story I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but I know I've run these switchers, and all of a sudden they go to black, and it's because the switcher thinks it's copyrighted content that it's getting put into one of its inputs. It's very disturbing. And actually, usually when I go to the switcher and I reset the HDCP setting to the other position, it fixes it. But that can be very disturbing when you get the new switcher and you haven't really toggled that setting, and all of a sudden you're in black and you don't know why, and you see the little HDCP light blinking. And the other disturbing fact is, you know, they make you're paying for this complex circuit to run in your switcher to analyze all your video, and so that ups the cost of the switcher, which I consider unfair for anyone in video production. And of course, the people that made the HDCP will tell you that it's impossible for that to happen, but it's happened to me. And so what I found was I could go into the settings of this switcher and actually reset the HDCP where it wouldn't do it. But you have to watch it, because occasionally you'll just be going right along and all of a sudden your screen's black because it's doing the copyright protection thing. And I find that very upsetting, and also of great concern that I'm actually paying for that as part of my switcher. And that's an expensive part of my switcher. The good thing about this switcher is it can take almost any type of video signal. It will take composite, RGB, RGBHV, HDMI, DVI, SDI, and HDSDI. And if you want to use RGB and DVI, you have to have an adapter going to the input, but that's no big deal. And it will mix these signals together, and it's seamless. You know, you could have a standard def video being mixed with a high def video and a video from a computer on RGB and it's a great resource if you're having to take in a computer with like PowerPoint slides, because 1080p that this likes to run at is up there where you get good resolution out of a computer signal. The Roland AV VR50HD will upconvert and scale as needed, even though you have a touch screen and adjustments where you can pretty much make a lot of your own decisions with what you want to do. The outputs offer a wide variety of types, including SDI, HDSDI, HDMI, DVI, RGBHV, and RGB. And just remembering that RGB and DVI require adapters. Now, I really like the USB streaming output of this. It's great when you want to live stream video. You just take the USB out of the USB port out of the back of the switcher. You plug it into your USB input in a computer that is good enough or powerful enough to stream. You get your free live stream producer app. Download from Livestream if you want to use Livestream, and you install it on your computer, and then the Livestream producer app will see the feed from this switcher, and it's a great thing, you know. And then you can actually stream for free using Livestream with the free app, even though you could use most any other streaming service that you'd want to with this switcher. I'm just pointing out this is one way to stream for free, and if you want to get a little fancier, you could pay them for the month-to-month service for live stream. But I just know this works seamlessly with live stream, and all you have to do is just go to live stream. You have to program an event and just go through the step by step, and then when you're ready to stream, you just start streaming. You just hit that button and it'll start streaming for you. It's a great thing. Another thing about this that I really like, you can use that stream feed to record. If you want to record a file on your computer of what you're doing live, you can do that. Even though it's not as high resolution as I'd like, it's good enough for YouTube. It makes a great YouTube. And you just download Video Capture VR just by searching for Adderall or Roland VR50 HD app, and you can get it for Mac or PC, and then you plug in your USB into that Mac or PC, and you can record. You set to what kind of resolution you want, and it's just real easy to operate, and you can make a recording of whatever you're switching on the switcher right on a computer. You can't do the streaming and the recording at the same time usually on any one given computer. So if you want to record on one and stream on the other, I would recommend that you're streaming using the output from the Adderall on the USB, and then you're taking the HDMI output of this switcher and you're feeding it into something like a Ninja recorder, which will make a really good HD recording off of this switcher, and then you can get a HD and and QuickTime ProRes that you can put into like your Adobe Premiere or your Avid or even your Sony Vegas, and you can then edit it even though you're switching it, so you don't have to do a lot of editing. The Roland Pro AV VR50 HD will run from AC power with your adapter, or you can run it off of battery power, 12 volt DC if you're out in the field and you want to use a switcher in the field and you don't have AC power, which I think is beneficial. And you can also control this switcher remotely using RS-232 or the MIDI remote control system. The switcher comes with a great built-in 8-channel audio mixer, and it's built so that it will take balanced and unbalanced analog audio along with video that has embedded audio. So if your SDI, HDSDI, your SDI, or your HDMI input has embedded audio, that could become part of your mixer, and you can adjust levels from the embedded audio coming in on the video streams, which is a great thing. And it allows you to mix that just like you would. You can mix it with your analog inputs. It's just super. The audio input selection is done using the touch screen, and you can adjust the input characteristics, and also there's a separate output level to adjust the stream audio level feeding out on the USB port, which is just excellent because sometimes you want to adjust your stream level that you're doing for your video streaming and have it different from the level for record. It's an impressive video switcher, and I couldn't find a lot wrong with it, and it works great for me. Thank you for watching another TVE course. I appreciate you.